Welcome to Wilameana's World podcast, where culture, music, hot topics, business, and beyond collide. I'm your host, Wilameana Jones, inviting you to join me on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop with our latest episode releases. Hey, what's good? It's your girl, Wilameana Jones, checking in for another exclusive interview right here on Wilameana's World. And I have a very special guest with me. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
I appreciate being a special guest.
Absolutely. For sure. Thank you for coming through. And
Absolutely.
For the people that don't know you, can you please introduce yourself to the people?
Absolutely. I am Chace Greene, AKA Roby Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Male podcaster, advocate, coach, conversationalist. Whatever you want to call me, I'm there. At Chace Greene is where you can find me, find my platform. And yeah, that's how we rocking.
For sure. What's the name of your platform, the podcast?
Staying focused with Chace Greene.
Staying focused.
Staying focused, yeah.
With Chace Greene.
Yeah.
And I really like your platform, so that's why I asked you to be on here.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Like yeah.
For sure. So how did you come up with this podcast and when did you get started?
I kind of started a little less than 2 years ago. It was an idea I was flirting with for a minute. I would kind of like do things in my story, and then just from people's reaction to it, saying like, you should start this, you should start that, and I was like, yeah, maybe one day. But I was just kind of playing with it.
What were you doing in the story?
I'd have like monologues, or like taking certain memes and giving my my take on the meme and just things like that. Mm-hmm. So I always got a good response from it, but probably just out of fear, just to be honest, is why I didn't go forward with it. I just kind of kept it confined to the story, but more and more people kept telling me to do it, and I was just like, all right, well, let me give it a go. And I started with kind of like doing monologues, which was called Rope Talk, and they just kind of like took off, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the response, and then the numbers just started like coming in like relatively fast. I would say probably by like my 12th video, I had one that just went viral, like, you know what I'm saying? So it hit like 1 million on IG, and then the followers just started just pouring in. Then I just was consistent with that. We transitioned from doing that to pairing that with, with the podcast, and, it's been good ever since.
Cool. So what you mean as far as monologues, like motivation stuff, or?
So it'll be a little of everything. So it'll be, I'm always speaking from the male perspective, because I felt like that was a space that was needed. Like when I would go to the Instagram, I'd be like, damn, I feel like the internet's just catered to women. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that, but like all the jokes is for women, and you have like the platforms like, let's just say Justin LaBoy or something like that, and it's all jokes on men. But I'm like, where can we get our shit off? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know what, instead of complaining about it, won't you just make one? You know what I'm saying? Like solve the problem. So, I just came out with my space. So first it was, a mix of inspiration, motivation, and then also just talking about male topics. Sometimes it'll be humorous in nature. Sometimes it'll be more serious, you know what I'm saying? But the objective was, I just wanted conversation to start. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a platform where men can come, we can get our jokes off, we can engage in conversation, just pretty much building a community and fostering that community. That was my objective, and I feel like I've done that and I'm continuing to do it. So I'm liking the results so far.
Absolutely. So male topics, like as far as what, like relationships, mental health.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, like relationships, mental health, like men to men, like friendships, camaraderie, heartbreak, just anything centering around men. In the podcast, we kind of talk about, we just have conversations around, it's more relationship-esque, but just on the platform overall, you'll find a variety of male topics. And, we like to converse with the females too, get their perspective, have healthy dialogue. Sometimes it can be a little crazy, but I love it all. Agree, disagree. I just want people to have conversations, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it, for sure.
So you say a conversationalist coach. What is that exactly?
Yeah, so no, I'm not a conversationalist coach, a conversationalist and a coach. Yeah, absolutely. So
I thought you meant you was like trying to show men how to get at the women and stuff.
Oh no, yo, listen, and you know what I'm saying? That's a good part of being a coach, because you'll have certain guys, like I remember when I first started, guys would write me in my DM, and just giving me like their problems and just wanting my perspective. And I would always tell them like, bro, this is what I would do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what to do, but this is what I would do. And they were always receptive to it. It got good results. So they would come back and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what I mean on a coaching standpoint. And then just overall conversationalist. I just really want people to talk. Like in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the times we might feel we're more different, but I think we're more of the same. Or we have a lot of similarities and we go through a lot of the same things than we would like to believe. So just bridging that gap, and between men and women, between men of other cultures, so on and so forth. That's the objective there.
Okay, so are you more of like, would you say a relationship coach?
I wouldn't say I'm a relationship coach, right? I would say if you have a problem, right? My only expertise is in being a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man in the world, and that's what I'm an expert in being a man, right? But I don't give you tips on your relationship, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to leave that girl or stay with her or, XYZ. It's more of just telling you like, in this situation, right? Like, how are you giving it? How are you carrying it as a man? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting you to self-assess, getting you to understand like your role in the situation. And from there, it's ultimately always up to you, like what you choose, to do with it. But just understanding like your dynamic and your role in that situation.
Are you in a relationship?
No. And that's why I'm not a
Sips
relationship coach. That's why I'm not in a relationship. But I'm not in a relationship because
why not?
I don't like to cheat.
So that's why you're not?
I don't like to cheat.
So you just figure if you stay single, then you just can explore your options?
I love women. I love entertaining women. So as opposed to lying, sneaking, breaking hearts, doing all that shit, when I was younger, I'd probably do things like that. But as you get older, you kind of get tired of doing all of that. Like, to cheat the right way, it can be exhausting.
What do you mean cheating? Get into the cheat and cheat the right. It's a right way to cheating?
It's a right way to do everything. Even the wrong way, even the wrong things, it's a right way to do it.
Please tell me what do you mean by the right way of cheating?
Yeah, like.
Is this, so wait a minute, is this what you teaching the males right now?
No, I don't teach niggas to cheat.
Cause I'ma just block you from all my men.
I don't teach people to cheat. I don't teach people to cheat. What I do teach people is be honest with yourself and be honest with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to understand who you are and what you want, and you gotta stand in it. And I think ultimately that'll lead you to be happier when you are just real with yourself. So like me, like I walk in that.
So you're into polygamy?
Not necessarily polygamy, probably polyamorous situations, but not polygamy per se. Like I'm not trying to have 5 wives or anything like that.
Just a main and a side?
Not even main and a side. Like I just, you know what I mean? I just do what single men do. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to go on a date, I go on a date. If I want to kick with this person, I kick with this person. But there's no like rules to it. Like, hey, you're mine, so you only stay here while I do that. I don't believe in that.
How long have you been single?
For about 6 years. 6 years, yeah.
So that's why you're not. So you like situationships?
If you want to call it that. Right now, I'm just focused on creating, right? And relationships can be a distraction because they require a certain amount of investment. And I wouldn't want to cheat anybody out of what they deserve and what they earned. Or what they're entitled to with being in a relationship. So I just kind of keep it, kind of chill.
It sounds so manipulative, actually.
You think so?
Nah.
Are you a master manipulator?
Nah.
I don't think that's manipulative. What's manipulative is
Me saying,
Not being real about it.
yeah, or saying I want a relationship and then not giving it the proper attention it deserves. You know what I'm saying? But I'm honest and I'm upfront. Okay. There's no such thing as truth and manipulation at the same time.
I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So what would make you come off of your single run? Because I'm pretty sure, getting older and stuff like that, like the streets are treacherous out there, especially in these Miami streets.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be in the mix with all that's going on, but I've been single for a long time too, because pretty much I've always been focused on what I'm passionate about, my goals and stuff. And I always let people know that I'm a lover and a leaver. If it ain't, I'm a lover and a leaver.
Yeah.
If it's not working out for me, I'm gonna leave, because why am I gonna be in a situation that's gonna stress me when my life is already lit? So it's like, if you gonna come in my life and you're not gonna add to it, then I gotta subtract you.
Yeah.
So what do you think? For me, I feel like it's pretty hard to get in a relationship, especially like when you focus on your dreams and your goals, and just finding somebody that's even somewhat on the same page or the same status or whatever as you. But what do you think it would take for you to finally say, you know what, I want to settle down, I want to get married? Or is that even something you would consider?
It would take me accomplishing my goal. That's the priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've started the foundation with what I'm doing, but it's not where I want it to be ultimately. So we're still building on it brick by brick. So I would have to accomplish that, because I can't even take the time to make anyone else happy if I'm not truly happy, right? And that is my goal. So accomplishing that, bringing that to fruition.
So you think that's what it will take for you to be happy?
I think that's what it'll take for me to be open to it. A relationship, for sure. To be open to anything in regards to.
You just want to get your goals.
Yeah, for sure. That's priority. That takes precedent over everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't really have it's treacherous in the street. I think people that, if you move with intention, if you're honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have no problems. I pretty much have my way. I don't have no problems. I don't have none of that. You just kind of gotta vet and use discernment. You know what I'm saying? Like, her, she look good, but nah, I don't want that problem right there. You know what? Yeah, she's a person that I can have around me in my space. So discernment, for sure.
So are you choosing the one that gives you the most peace, or?
Not necessarily giving me peace, but not taking it away. So if you're a disruptor to my peace, then you can't be around. But you don't have to give me peace, because me operating in my purpose gives me enough peace. Like, when I'm creating, that gives me peace. When, you know what I mean, when I'm attaining and hitting goals, that brings me peace. So as long as you don't take away from that, or take my attention away from that, then that's peace in itself.
Then you could be around. Then you might get a
Then
chicken wings and fries.
I don't do them like that. No, I don't do them like that. I don't do them like that.
You go on dates?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I entertain women. I'm a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure.
Okay. Where are you from, actually?
I'm from here, Miami Gardens.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you was from like Brooklyn, B.
Oh.
No. My family is I'm half Trinidadian and half Haitian. So
Say that again.
half Trinidadian and Haitian.
Makes a lot of sense.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Caribbean men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my father's side of the family, which is the side that I grew up with the most, they migrated from Trinidad to New York. So they grew up there all their lives, and that's who I grew up around. So probably certain things rub off on me, but I'm from Miami Gardens for sure.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you come up with your topics for your episodes when you podcasting?
I kind of try to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on, like certain topics that may be trending on social media, certain just discussions that I've had in the real world with people, and I want other people's perspective on. So it can be anything that'll inspire me to be like, oh, let me jot that down. Like, if we're having a conversation, you say something like, I want to put that on the podcast or present that to the people and get their perspective on it.
What's been one of your favorite discussions or one of your most viral moments from the podcast?
I've had a lot of good discussions. I'd say one of my most recent guests, we talked about what she means by soft life, and that got like a lot of attention with a lot of, different perspectives. Some agreeing with her, some disagreeing with her, some really challenging it. So I think that was a really good conversation. Got some real strong clips from that. So just one of my most recent.
Okay, what was her definition of a soft life? Because I feel like I've moved more into my soft.
Yeah. Her definition of a soft life was her not doing shit and somebody taking care of her. And my response was, I was kind of disgusted by that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that my response with saying that disgusted me, and, our kind of back and forth on it is what really sparked.
Really disgusted you?
Yeah, I'll be disgusted by that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you just feel entitled to somebody just kind of carrying you through life, I don't like that. I feel like it's a lack of consideration. Like, I feel like in any partnership, whether it's business, friendship, relationship, man and woman, any type of relationship, it should be, I'm contributing something. I'm bringing something of substance to this relationship. And it doesn't have to be monetary, but just to watch, like, I can't be like, you my dog, right? And I'm just watching you work to the bone, and I got my feet kicked up. And then, like, when we win, I want, like half of what you pretty much did. Right. And when she explained, like, her expectations in a relationship, it just seemed like that. It seemed pretty one-sided. So it was just like, well, that just kind of makes you disposable. Like, what do I need you for? If you're not really bringing or contributing anything, you're more of a dependent than a partner. So that was my stance on it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And when I say, like, soft life, for me, I feel like a lot of times women, especially black women, like, oh, you just known for being strong. You have to be strong or whatever. So now I feel like I want to be able to be in my good, feminine, soft self. Like, I'm tired of having to crack back niggas, and you know what I'm saying? Like, in DDT and be real hard. And like, I just want to be my most soft, gentle self and let a man be a man. And I don't mean like stop grinding, stop working, everything is on him, because I feel like I take very good care of myself. So I don't need somebody to come and do my maintenance or whatever. Just somebody to be a man and just be there for you, like without having to be so strong all the time and just rely on myself. So that's.
Have you ever experienced that?
I mean by that. Somebody making my life a little easier. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Okay. What happened?
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Basically, he didn't live here.
Okay.
So it was like a long distance type of situation, and eventually it just became like too much.
So when somebody's giving you the ability to live in your soft life, right? How are you making their life soft? What do you do?
I mean, it's reciprocated, it's reciprocated in the sense of like, I'm gonna make sure that you good too. If you making sure I'm good, I'm gonna make sure that you're straight as well. So it's not just everything what a man can do for me.
That's such a general answer. Right. That's such a general answer, right? Like, I want to know what you do, what you specifically do. How do you make a man's life soft? So me and you was kicking it, right? Me and you talking. So I'm doing what you need me to do, right? How would you make my life soft?
Okay, well, in my example, for instance, like I pretty much had set in front of him like some goals and things that I wanted to do.
Okay.
So he came and it's like, boom, he made it happen. But in the same time, he was helping me make those goals happen. Like we was getting money together. So it was, I came with ideas to help us both get the bag. You get what I'm saying? And then he come in on the back end and he'll seal the deals and stuff. So I'm just not at the table by myself. So I helped him get money too. You get what I'm saying? So he's helping me seal the deals, and I'm helping him in return get money too.
All right.
feel me?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm cool.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel entitled to anybody's money or anything that they've built for themselves, but I just feel like we here to help each other. So it's like if you lack something, then I should be able to help you. Or if you're a good listener and you hear a man saying, hey, well, I would like this, or I need this to, you know, it's like, okay, I heard that. So let me do this to help him so he'll be all right. So he knows somebody cares about him.
For sure. That's important.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, being a good listener and then being proactive. Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
I'm glad you do that.
Absolutely, but it's just like a lot of times relationships can be unbalanced or not. And sometimes it tends to be one-sided for me, and I don't like that, so I leave.
Okay, so when you say it tends to be one-sided, is you normally doing the heavy lifting?
I would say sometimes I feel like I give so much. Like, I'm a giver, and I always want to make sure people are straight. And sometimes I don't feel like it's reciprocated. And so when I feel you don't value me or you taking me for granted, now my tracks are.
How many times would you say that happened to you?
Not often,
Okay.
because I ain't going for too much. But it's happened more than once.
Okay.
Players fuck up. I get it.
Okay, so who are some of the podcasts that you pay attention to or that might have influenced what you're doing, you would say?
To be honest, I try my best not to listen to too many other people's podcasts, especially if it's in a similar lane to mine. Reason being because I think there's some really dope content creators, and I don't want to be influenced too much to where I'm kind of biting them or anything like that. So if it's in my lane, I try not to watch it. But hip hop podcast, I like Joe Budden. I think he's a great content creator, great podcaster. I like DJ Academics. I always just like his takes. There are a few others, but if you're in my space, I try really not to watch it. Like for example, I think what's his name, Finesse. I think he's really dope. But because we're kind of like in a similar where you're talking about relationships and game and things like that, then I try not to watch it because I don't want to be too similar. Sometimes people can be so dope that subconsciously, you know what I mean, it'll influence you, and then you'll start taking some of their talking points or how they deliver it, and I just always want to be original, or as original as I can be.
Okay, well, what's your biggest learning experience, you would say, as far as a podcast host so far?
I wouldn't say that I've had like any like real aha moments or anything like that. I would say I'm just really enjoying just collecting so many people's perspective and experiences. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it really, it's really interesting to see how, like if me, you, and someone else saw the same thing, how I can take one thing from it, you can take another thing from it, and you can take another thing from it. And it's almost like, how the hell you got that from that? But I just find that so fascinating. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of projecting people do. Like, you know what I mean? And just kind of getting to the root of like, why you looked at that and got that out of that. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of just keep pulling it apart. I think that's like the best thing about this whole podcasting thing on my platform that I've been able to do.
Yeah, everybody has a different perspective.
Absolutely. And just understanding like why your perspective is that.
True, and that sometimes you could see something from a different point of view. It doesn't mean that, you're wrong, like, or you're right. Like, everybody really does, because sometimes too, it's like, I have conversations and I'm like, dang, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's the best part. You know what I'm saying? Just really, just understanding like, damn, I didn't really think of that like that. You know what I mean? I think that's the best part.
Yeah, I really enjoy talking to people because I just like to hear their stories, where they came from. I just like when somebody's doing something dope I feel like it's motivation, it's inspiration for other people to draw from.
For sure. You definitely, just speaking on that, you definitely inspired me as a creator. I remember you and your former passion with the music and how you constantly, just reinvented yourself.
Hold on, you know me? How long you know me? Oh, you knew me for a minute?
Yeah, I know you from rapping. Like, I remember like you used to, you remember Larry Dog?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
That's like my mentor.
Shout out to Larry Dog. So I remember seeing you on open mics. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I liked about you was how energetic your performance was. You used to be like really all over the stage when you was Empress Raw. So, and I liked how you didn't just stay the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? You kept evolving. And now you're doing this new venture, which I wish you so much success on. But, as someone that was in that space and then I'm in this space myself, so you inspired me. So, when I seen you doing this, I was happy for you.
Well, thank you. Don't make me blush.
Sure. No doubt.
Nah, I think it's important, like you said, as far as just being able to pivot, knowing when to pivot, and just being able to evolve. Like, I think, it's good if you learn something new every day. So why would you just stay in the same space?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have that issue where it's like, you might have reached like a certain ceiling. And so it's like, oh, okay, I was successful doing this or whatever. Okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? What's next? And I had to learn to like start enjoying the moments more and being more in the present moment instead of like, damn, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And but I feel like you gotta have that to be successful somewhat, because if you just get comfortable, then you just get stagnant, you just get stuck. So for me, it's always about, okay, I want to be innovative. I want to do something, because I started doing this podcast and stuff a very long time ago after I started, with the music. But I had no idea, 10 years later that podcasting was going to be, we wasn't even calling it that then. It was just I had a live show, and I felt like because I was in the Larry Dog movement and everything was going on, it was so many talented people, but the radio station was not giving these artists a voice. They were not giving people interviews. So once I started doing that, that's what actually happened. Is like the interviews and stuff got more popular than me even doing music. So I ended up having to make a choice, and that's when I ended up pivoting, like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go into this. It's still music related, still passionate, and I could, so I love this space and I love being able to grow and evolve. But thank you for that.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Sure.
So, what's next for you? Do you have any plans to expand?
Yeah.
And what else you got coming up in the future?
Ultimately, I just want to build my platform to be one of the biggest platforms here. That's like my short-term goal, like within the city, to be one of the biggest platforms, something that everybody wants to watch. And if you have any type of emotion, you want to be on my show. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my short-term goal. From there, I want to start to transition into live shows, to where like I'm at a venue and having people to come out, so we can kind of get engagement with the live audience, and doing live tapings. From there, eventually a network, so that would probably be my long-term goal. But yeah, that's
to have a network and then have other shows
and have other shows, that are diverse, not just necessarily in the space that I'm in, but just give other content creators a space for them to showcase their talent. You know what I'm saying? So that would be the long-term goal.
That's what's up. So what's some advice that you would give to someone new trying to start a podcast?
What I would give, I dealt with a lot of self-doubt and imposter syndrome, I would say, in the beginning, because I just was scared to just put myself out there and start. But I would say That's the biggest thing that you can do, and it sounds so like cliche and it sounds so generic, but just start. You gotta start, right? And then when you start, you gotta be consistent in it. And why that's important is because you get to test to see what's working, right? You get to see what's working. You get to, respond to the data, to the feedback, make the necessary adjustments, and and then roll out again. But just starting. If you want to get into podcasting, it's so many ways that you can get into it, and you don't necessarily need the best studio. You don't need like $1,000 cameras and $1,000 mics or anything like that. You got your phone, you got your topics, your personality, put it out there, and then just build from there. But my advice to anybody is just starting. I was in therapy, and that's what my therapist told me to do. Start, just do it. When you come back to the next session, I need you to have launched what you said what you did. And I can't thank her enough for that advice, just starting.
That's dope. And okay, so now that you mentioned in therapy, that's something else that, we could tap into.
For sure.
When did you get into therapy, or what made you decide, like, you know what, I want to go speak to somebody?
Yeah, well, I've always been a huge fan of therapy. I would say the first time I went to a therapist was on some couples therapy type, which was probably maybe 10 years ago, 10 years or more years ago. And I just liked being able to express myself, have someone else that I don't know, give me an objective perspective on what they hear. So I kind of liked it from there. And then since then I've had maybe 3 therapists in my lifetime. But a lot of times I just want a different perspective,
So do you start couples therapy because you were cheating?
No, that's not why I started couples.
Nah, I actually went to couples when I used to go to therapy. I used to go to therapy for the wrong reason, and I really used to just go to prove to the girl that I was right and she was wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I was right, and I knew the therapist would tell me, which they did because I was right.
Are you a narcissist?
I'm definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not. But I started to really enjoy the conversations. And
why? Because you could prove to her that.
No, but then I would go solo. I would go solo.
So you was cheating on her with therapists.
No.
Look, it's some things you need to unpack.
You trying to jam me up? Nah. But I just like to converse, and I like to hear people's perspective. And if I felt like, you know what, I'm going through something in life, and I just want to sit down with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's not your friends or not family, and just have
unbiased, objective, just what do you think? You know what I mean? And you don't always agree with your therapist. You know what I mean? But I like to hear it.
You like somebody to give you that raw, keep it straight raw.
I love feedback. In every aspect of life. I love feedback. I always want to be the best version of myself, or a better version of myself. I'm not there yet, but I'm continuously striving to be there. So I love feedback, for sure.
That's good. That's really good. So you are happy, but you feel like once you get your goals, then you'll be able to entertain someone serious.
Absolutely, because I can't give that person the attention or the time or whatever that they would need that, they should be entitled to with being in a relationship.
I hate hearing that.
Why?
Because you still gonna get somebody to slab anyway, so it's like, why not?
I am, for sure. I'm definitely gonna fuck, for sure. Yeah.
So why not?
Because that and a relationship is 2 different experiences. That's 2 different things. You're entitled to certain things. When we just fucking, we can kick it. You know what I'm saying? What you doing Wednesday? Let's go out. We go out, we have fun, chill. I don't really gotta see you again until all right, maybe I can see you again next Wednesday or some shit like that. When you're my girlfriend or you're my wife or something like that, you're entitled to a certain level of attention. I gotta give it to you. I have to invest in the relationship.
Oh, so that's what it is. You don't wanna commit. You're scared of commitment.
No, I'm not scared of commitment because I'm committed to these goals that I got. I'm committed to that.
Okay, that's an excuse.
It's not.
It is the
No,
biggest
stop.
excuse. Oh, right now I'm just working on my goals, but we could still smash and
We can.
all the girlfriend boyfriend shit
I ain't
without.
kidnapping
That's
nobody.
toxic.
That's not toxic.
It is.
That's only toxic to people that are not real with themselves. So like if I was kicking it with you and I was like, yo, Empress, like, I mean, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
All right, like, I'm feeling you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I want to kick it with you. If you say yes, knowing that you really want a relationship, right? But you're going to say yes just to get your foot in the door to see if you can change my mind, then you're toxic, not me. You toxic. I kept it a being with you. I told you, like, yo, this type of time I'm on. I just really want to kick it with you, but I'm not really in a space to give you a relationship. You okay with that? Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't want no relationship. Cool.
Now you set yourself up for failure.
Now we fucked, and then now you want a relationship. Why?
Yeah, because if you hit me raw, we go together.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So then I'm just not gonna hit you raw then. All right?
You are very toxic. What's your sign?
Cancer.
Oh my God.
No, real talk though. I'm not toxic. You know what? People that can't accept accountability like to call other people toxic. For sure. Yeah. For sure.
So basically you're saying that
Why you fucking somebody raw if you know you want a relationship and you know that's gonna make you feel that way? Why you fucking somebody raw? You're the woman. A man has to.
what if they did it to me?
They fucked you without you knowing? Yo, see, that's a different show. That's a different story. Like, you know what I mean? I am not advocating that. Yeah. Now you have to invite a man to you. Men don't just take you. You are the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you invite us. So if you know you're gonna get crazy if you fuck raw, why would you let me fuck you raw? Like you said, you said you thick, right? Right? So I'm trying to bust that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No sleeves. You gonna let me do it if you know you gonna feel that way? That's on you. Why you set yourself up for that? And then you gonna put it on me? Master manipulator, narcissist. That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
We talking about the example that you gave, right? I don't know, the shoe fit. I don't know. It fit.
No, that's what I was just trying to see. If you I was asking, is this what you trying to call me?
Nah, I would never.
Oh.
You call me a special guest. I appreciate the hospitality. I would never.
But it's true though, and I hate to admit it, because what you're saying is so valid. And I think that happens a lot. We set ourselves up for failure because, you know, a lot of times men will try to say, yo, it's XYZ or whatever, but we feel like, okay, well, if I'm good to him, whatever, maybe he'll change, but maybe he won't. And then now you find yourself in a situation where it's like, dang, but you know, y'all do that, and it's to the point where it's like, okay, now I can't really get mad because he did tell me what it was, what it wasn't.
I think when feelings start to change, we got to revisit the conversation. I don't think people revisit the conversation. And when they do revisit it, they revisit it on some, oh, you made me attached to you. So now I'm gonna be defensive, right? As opposed to, you know what, we've been doing this and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm starting to catch feelings for you. So we can either change the relationship to this or we just gotta separate. That's not a defensive conversation, that's an accountability conversation. But y'all don't do that.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know why? Because I think with women, once we start having sex and catching feelings, then we get attached. Men, they could, you know, rinse that thing off and keep it moving and go sleep with somebody else
You know what that sound like?
15 minutes later.
That sounds like a lack of emotional maturity. That's what that sounds like.
So that's what you would say you have?
No, I have a high level of emotional maturity. I don't lack it.
Okay, so when you start the situation and then it starts going left, do you check it or you just keep,
Was it going left for like,
say, because what you're describing, it sounds like you have lots of situationships.
why you keep saying lots?
So basically, once feelings start to change, do you revisit the conversation or it's kind of like, she tripping, I'm gonna just fall back?
It's case by case.
Because sometimes y'all catch feelings too.
For sure. And you can love somebody and still not want to be in a relationship with them. I could be kicking it with you, and I can love you. I love being around you. You know, I love how you make me feel. I love looking at you. You know what I'm saying? I love when you're around. That don't mean I want to be your man.
Why not?
Maybe the situation just doesn't call for me being in a relationship right now.
Right now,
I'm not gonna keep you here. I'm not gonna cuff you to where if this is what you want and I can't give it to you, then sure, you can still go out and scout whoever prospect that you want, and if they can give you a better deal, then by all means take that deal. I'm not gonna prevent you from getting what you want, but I can't get it to you right now. So what you wanna do?
But do you really mean that?
Do I mean it? No, I always mean it. I don't know about the other niggas, but I always mean it for sure. I stand on it. If I tell you we can't do this, then we can't do it. And if I tell you that I wanna do it, I wanna do it. You gotta have your yeses be yeses and your nos be nos. I don't be playing with women's heart.
So why you still hunch?
Cause I like the fuck. Like, like what? You celibate?
I'm not.
Well, okay. You in a relationship?
Yo, why you asking?
I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So why you still fucking? What?
Cause I like it.
You stay focused. That's what I'm talking about.
Sip spell error.
Yeah.
Man, it's hard out here, man. It's hard. And I think after a certain age, honestly, it's so much damage. With the men and shit they done been through, the women and shit they've been through. So it's very hard in this climate to really find somebody that just wants to just be loyal and deal with it. Because I feel like people are dealing with so much personally that, like you said, it's hard to get in a space sometimes like, okay, I have to put this type of energy and this type of effort to be in a relationship, and I really have to care about somebody's feelings. I really got to check in with them every day. And it's fucked up though, because it's like we want to enjoy the pleasures of each other, but the commitment is where you draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I be feeling like sometimes when we just vibing, it's cool, and then when we get into a relationship, it gets awkward. It's so much more possession, and it's so much more like insecurity that I'm dealing with now that I wasn't dealing with before.
and so much anxiety.
So much more anxiety. So it's just like, why you can't stay that person? Why does the title all of a sudden just change people? And that's what I've experienced. So that's another reason why I just be like, this works better for me. You know what I'm saying? Because this version of you is the ideal version of you. But when I'm your man, now it's every fucking little thing, and you're only doing that because I can, because you my man now. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that. I don't like it. So when I put it on a scale, it's like, all right, be single and we cool, or be in a relationship and now you annoying as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then now this person that I just thought the world of, I just don't even want to fucking be around you. Why?
Cancer, man.
So before I get to that space, let me accomplish my goals first, so at least I can be open to that bullshit.
Accomplish my goals first so I can have options and fuck whoever I want to, AKA while I'm doing my thing.
You think that's what that is?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you want to be able to explore your options freely while you living your best life.
Is that what you doing?
No, I think that's what you're doing.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's why you, I think that's what you're doing.
I think as a single man, I can do that, right?
Yeah, but at the same time,
I think it's bad when you're lying to people. If I'm not lying to anybody and they are free to explore whatever they want to explore, why are you in my business?
true, but when you really get with that one person that you vibing with, do you really want them to be fucking you and fucking somebody else?
If
Like,
we in a
that's cool
relationship?
with you?
No.
I mean, being single, like, it doesn't bother you, like,
That's hating. That's hating. That's hating. I don't do that. If we single, we single. I'm not gonna play with you like that. See, that's the fuckboy games that people be playing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because cancers are very emotional.
I don't know that. I've heard, but I just think it's cap.
So when you get in your feelings now,
Yeah.
and your main throat goat is what, dealing with other people, it don't make you feel some type of way?
You always gotta know what you signed up for. If I tell you we're not gonna be in a relationship, I'm not gonna play with you by being on relationship timing. No. If I'll hit you up and be like, yo, you free Saturday? And you like, no, I'm out. All right, cool. I'll see you no time. And that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna see you on Instagram and be like, wow, no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what I signed up for. That's why when I be talking, when other niggas be talking, I be like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't compare because I stand on what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna say it and then play games with you at all.
Do you have kids?
No.
Okay, so that's another reason why you just move so freely, like a Caribbean.
You see my decision making? You see how thorough it is?
Yeah.
You see how thorough it is? See, I'm not hurting nobody. I ain't, you know what I mean? I know baby mama's mad at me. Nah. I know I want to move like this, so I take the necessary precautions to make sure I can continue to move like that.
So you just feel like honesty is the best policy. How's that working for you?
I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast.
You really get on my nerves.
But nah, on the flip side, I have met some wonderful, wonderful women. And even, you know what I'm saying, just the conversations that I have on my platform, it may seem like I think that women are just terrible, but no, they're not. And I've dealt with some really wonderful women, and I would never want to distort their perception on men by playing with them. So I just don't do that. I don't play with nobody.
Your last relationship, is that what made you just say, fuck everything, I just want to focus on my goals?
I can say my last relationship, she was a wonderful girl. She still is wonderful. We had a great bond, but it kind of went back to what I was saying earlier, where we talking, and then when we're in a relationship, is this extra level of being possessive that I think people think that they need to do. You don't really need to do it, right? But I think that I don't know, maybe it's the shit that they consume, like, you know what I mean, love and hip hop. I don't know, but I don't want no love and hip hop type relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I just think maybe at the stages that we were in our life, we didn't align. You know what I'm saying? And
alignment is definitely very important.
it was what it was, but I would say after that I decided to let me just chill.
How long was that relationship?
About a year and a half.
That's it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought y'all was in the long term.
We were the relationship itself, like the official relationship was that, but we had dealt with each other for a while, for a long time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All this relationship advice and coaching and everything like that, but do you ultimately feel like there's a soulmate or somebody for everybody, or how do you feel about that?
I don't believe in soulmates, but I do think that is there someone for everyone? I just believe in probabilities. So like what I mean, you can increase your prospect options if you do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? But someone being for you, I don't necessarily agree with that, because there's so many factors. Like, right, you might just have a shitty attitude, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's gonna prohibit you from getting somebody that's meant for you. Now, if you do the work to be accountable and reflect and take feedback and change, then yeah, you can increase your options. But I don't know if there's necessarily somebody for everybody. I don't really look at.
That's true, because not everybody's gonna get married, and there are a lot of people that end up, single and by themselves. So
yeah, but not everybody's looking to be married.
That's true.
Everybody acts like that's like the end all be all of success.
Yeah, I was asking you that because I was wondering if that was something that you felt like was another goal for you outside of your podcast goal.
No, I don't be thinking about getting married. Nah, I don't be thinking.
So you don't think you want to?
That's not. I think there are certain men that want to be married, and I never stomp on any man's aspiration of marriage ever. Mm-hmm. But it's just not something that I've ever thought about, even from young. Like, damn, one day I want to get married. I want to have kids. I just never thought about that.
Were your parents married?
Mm-hmm. They didn't say married long, but they were married. Yeah.
So do you think that kind of
Nah, because
Change your mind.
my father was in the military, so you know he moved around a lot, and I lived with my grandmother just through the schooling and everything, and so I grew up in a household where her and her husband, which I consider my grandfather, they were married. I only knew them to be married, so I saw marriage, a man being the provider, he paid for everything. You know, she was extremely submissive, almost to a fault. So I grew up seeing the ideal situation, but it just didn't make me want that. I didn't look at it and like, yeah, I strive to get that. Hell no.
So that's not the ultimate success for you?
Nah, the ultimate success is freedom. And not freedom in the terms of not being in a relationship, but I'm able to do what I want and I can create opportunities for my friends and family on my terms. That's the ultimate goal for me. If I can do that, if I did that and I died the next day, God forbid, I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? I live freely and I'm able to, you want to do this? I can set up that for you. You want to do this? I can set up that for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's being alive and free, for sure. It's the ultimate for me. It's freedom, yeah.
All right, well, there's this topic that, you know, actually today, we've been seeing Diddy.
Damn, dirty game.
And so he finally got charged today or whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's very disappointing to see that. For me, I know it's a lot of jokes, people are laughing about it, no Diddy, or he's the diddler, whatever, but for me, honestly, it was really disappointing because he was somebody in the music industry that I looked up to as far as a mogul. Like, how do you feel about the whole situation
Yeah, nah.
and everything going on?
Nah, I agree with you. Like, even when, you know, it first started coming out, I tried my best not to make jokes or anything like that. And, you know, I was really giving her the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know what I'm saying? And because of who he was culturally, you know what I'm saying? His presence there. But I don't know. When I seen the thousand bottles of fucking baby oil.
That was
Yo,
crazy. That was crazy. But
freaky ass nigga.
I don't know.
6'9" God.
Yeah, right. But just reading through like the documents, I was like, God damn, did he?
So you read through it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Summarize, because
Like,
I couldn't even
I seen
get through it.
Arson, kidnapping with guns to people's head, you know, slamming people, throwing things at people. So he was just kind of like being a menace. And I was
The
just,
real Joker.
yeah, and I was like, damn. And even still, like, even, you know what I mean, while he's going through his case, I still don't even want to, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to kick niggas while they down. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn, it's a dirty game. But the thousand bottles of baby oil shit was crazy.
Yo.
That shit was
Like,
But I
what
get
do
it, though.
you
I get
need? What you mean you get it?
I get it though.
A little extra, you know, a little snippy slide. I get it though. I get it though.
I don't have those problems, so I wouldn't know it.
You know what? Even if you don't have those problems, it just makes it better. It enhances the experience. It makes it better.
Baby oil?
Baby oil, coconut oil, lube, all that shit, just make it a little bit better.
Oh, you a 6'9" God.
I'm not a 6'9". I'm not a 6'9" God, but it do make it a little bit more fun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
A little slip slide, right?
A little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? So I got it. When I seen it, I was like, I know what you was gonna do, but you know what I'm saying? It's all good.
They were saying the lube was for some other parts, but
Oh, no.
if you understand, I'm going to just
No,
leave it at that because I don't want to be judgy.
No, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I don't know about. I'm talking about the regular part. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that.
It's crazy, man, but it's not a joking matter. Like, it's really gonna get serious now, and I think in the next few days, weeks, we're gonna see a lot of things revealed, and most importantly, it's just like the victims. Just imagine just having to hold these secrets or being just scared because this person of so much influence and impact and money and power. Like,
How do you feel about that? When people go through things, right? And even I've been a person that does this, like, because I believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt. I don't just run to just judge people off of an accusation. So when people experience something and then they wait 10 years to talk about it. Like, I feel like they do themselves a disservice, and then they kind of make it to where, like, you know, they're not believed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what do you think about that? Like, and why do you think that happens?
I feel like, for instance, with the Cassie situation, that she was just scared. Like, here you are with this powerful person, and it's just like, oh, if I come out, then he might try to kill me. If especially if he was doing all the stuff that, you know, the violent part that they said he was doing, is like, and then what we saw is like, she probably was just so scared, and then also being a woman in the music industry, she probably felt like, damn, like I got to just take this, because if I say something, I'm gonna ruin my opportunity and stuff. So, I think it's whack, and I hate that they have to wait for so long. But I just feel sorry for the victims, because I mean, being in the industry, I do understand, and I have been through some situations where men with money and power, they will try to abuse their power. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it happens so much, and it's just been swept under the rug. So I feel she was very brave to finally come out and tell her truth. And, you know, I pray for all the victims, because who knows how many people have been involved and dealt with this, like, through the years. So my heart really just goes out to them. And I just feel like, you know, sometimes shit happens, and it's like, you so scared or nervous, like, you're not gonna say it. Or you might, during the time you're going through it, you don't even realize what you're going through, you know? So that's why it's just like, okay, I'm gonna hold it down. I'm not gonna say nothing. But I think it took a lot for her to just finally be like, nah, like, I gotta air this out. And by her being brave enough to do that, it just enabled a lot of people to be able to come out. So I hate to see it. It's not funny to me at all. I do think that some of the jokes and stuff, like, of course I laugh at shit, but it's just like, to just really see the downfall of somebody who, you know, I think if you was in the music industry, you looked up to him as this big mogul, and it's just like, damn, that shit is wild. And if he was involved in all this crazy shit, who knows, like, what else and who was involved. And then it's just certain stuff that I did get to read, where they were saying that he was at the table with some other people, I think Usher and maybe Neo or something like that, and they saw him, like, punch her in the stomach.
I've seen that.
And it's like they had to sit back and watch, and everybody was just so nervous and scared, because they don't want to lose their opportunity or whatever. And I'm like, that's really fucked up, and that's whack. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that that happened. I'm like,
But a racketeering for being freaky, that's just crazy, dog. Like, that is a crazy charge. Like, niggas is getting drugs and guns and killing, and you just was freaky. You just was too freaky. Like, that's just so crazy to me. That's just so crazy. Like,
get a charge for being just a freaky ass nigga. That shit is wild, man. It's wild, but it is. But, you know, we'll see how it all unfolds. So, anything else that you would like to get into or let the viewers know?
No, I just wanted to make sure I gave you and your crew, you know what I'm saying, some little giffies. I really appreciate
Thank you.
The invite, you know
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Get your hat, get your shirt, get your hat, get your shirt, chacegreen.com. Follow me at Chace Greene on Instagram, YouTube at Chace Greene. But again, I really appreciate you, and you definitely inspire me. So
the world is yours.
I see you inspire.
I appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and tell them real quick where they can follow you at.
chacegreen.com. Get your hats, get your shirts, get your merch. At Chace Greene on YouTube and at Chace Greene on Instagram. Follow me there. Tap in, join the conversation. Love to have you.
Absolutely, and thank you for this therapy session, because
Was it really? I appreciate
it was really good. It was real therapeutic. I see how Cancer Caribbean men move now, so make sure I stay away from them. But yeah, make sure you follow me.
Dirty game.
Make sure you follow me at Empress Raw, the Wilameana Jones EXP. Shout out to Sheba Billionaire. Thank you much, All Like Mind Media Group, H2 Creative Concepts, and of course, our beautiful, wonderful sponsors, Official Bel Air. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, Empress Raw YouTube. Thank you for checking us out. Much love.